Hello, you guys. This is Tim McDonald here for Rafterpackers. And everybody needs extra storage space. So here, I'm going to show you a little way that you can use your rafters in your basement for some extra storage. And I ended up using this area of my basement, and this is what I get to store all of our stuff in. And after 6 years, even with the Rafterpackers, I couldn't walk in here. So let me just show you how these work. They're really simple. Your box will slip right up in there. So this actually, 2 of these hangers make a 14 by 24 inch shelf. And you just snap the box up in there. So you can continue. You can put 1, 2, 3. I can put like 24 boxes in this little bitty area. Because as you see, all the shelves are full. And what I do is I use boxes because boxes are the most inexpensive way. Everybody wants to use totes. Totes don't fit yet. Totes won't fit up in your rafters. So in order to be able to use your rafters, even in the garage or your shed or anything, you need to get a couple of these hangers. And these hangers, people, are strong. And I'm going to get to that more in a little bit. But what I do is, you get boxes in your town, they're $3. If you get a tote, these totes are about $12. If you get like I said, the boxes are about $3, $3 to $5 locally. These are 14 by 24 by 12 inches. And we recommend 30 to 35 pounds. But I always put more than that in mine. But then again, you know, I'm putting them up and I'm doing it safe. But to get them up and down, and you hear the spring, they lock your box in place. Now, what's good about these is once you snap the box up there, you need to put a label on it. So all these boxes right here that are all sorted out, I write on top of the box, and then as I snap them in the ceiling, I label them. So I know what it is. Christmas, my kids' kindergarten, first grade stuff, whatever I'm not going to use on a daily basis goes up in the rafters. Otherwise, my whole basement would be packed. So I'm going to show you, in order to get 3 of these here, you know, in concession, and be able just to get one down, the one I need, I label them, I snap them in the rafters. They work awesomely. Now, if you follow me out here, I'm going to show you how simple these are to install. So here's the thing, guys. I mean, these, if you use 2 sets of these hangers and put a shelf on it, which would be this size right here, it'll hold 100 pounds, okay? 100 pounds. So it's not a matter of, are they strong enough? It's just a matter of, what are you putting up there? And the stuff you want to put up there is stuff that you're not going to use every day. Put that stuff on the shelf. That's what they're for. Everybody's going to have a few shelves. So we've even got down to where you can use 3 sets, and a 1x4 or 2x4 fits right in the middle of them. So are just excellent. But you can put a 1x4 and just use 3 sets. And look, you get 6 shelves out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are plastic. You know, a lot of people don't want to use cardboard. But my goal is just to show you how to get extra storage space. I don't care what you use, but everybody needs it. But the plastic ones, these are like $12. These new totes, I don't know who made these, but these will snap in them with them hangers also. I just have them up here to show you how, by using 3 sets of these, you get 6 shelves out of them. So now let me show you how easy they are to install. So here's what you need. First and foremost, if you do use the boxes, people, make sure you tape them really good. Tape them, put a little extra on there. I mean, don't go cheap on the tape because they're gonna be up over your head, and you know, and they will begin to sag if you don't get them taped real good. And if you're gonna put a little extra weight in them, put another layer of cardboard in the bottom. But if you can use a drill or a hammer, you can install these. They're that easy. I used to use big-headed roofing nails, and they work perfect. But now I use screws because I can't see anymore, so I can feel. So now I'm going to show you, if you use nails, you need safety glasses, because if you don't hit the nail right, like I usually don't, it could pop in your eye. I also made this jig. This is super, super. Everybody can't make one of these, but if you have a 1x4 by 24 inches, it will do 2 sets at once for you. Now I'm going to show you how to install them. Hammer or a drill, and this time I'm going to pick the drill. Okay, so here's how to install them, and this is why I use a board, you guys, because a 1x4 by 24 inches does 2 boxes, so you're setting yourself up for 2 at once. And so what you do, and I have a hanger up here. Bam, here that's hanging that knife. What I do is I figure out how far I want to be from the wall, and that's where I start. So in the center of this 1x4 by 24, I have a line. I mark the center of that joist. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so you also need a marker, people. Sorry. But once you figure out where to go, put the 1x4 by 24 inches level against the bottom of the joist. Mark both sides. And then mark a little mark in the middle. Okay? Now, look. You slide this over after you get that mark. Just slide your board over a little bitty bit, keeping it level with the bottom again. Make you a T. Move it over to the other side. Make you a T. Okay? So far, you with me? Okay. Now after you do that, what you do is, and like I said, I'm using screws. You just line up your hanger, line up the hanger in the center of that mark that you made, and there's your T up there, and put your screws in. And don't put them in so tight that the hanger starts shooting you in the face. Just put them in there pretty tight where they get some spring. That's all you need. You need that spring. Okay, you do that exactly parallel on the other side with that same board. And let me show you this. I even add a little bit of a 1x4 to the end of it for my straight edge. So what this does is I take that line that I had in the middle and I mark the other side right in the center of it. Then I take the board again and I line up my center mark, because this is important. This will make them so easy for you. Otherwise you got to measure every one of them and mark the 2 sides again. Okay, and then make your T again. Keep that level on both sides. Now, the neat part about all that is then you put your hanger right in the center and screw it to the two T's. And the hangers even have the eye holes already in them. So you just put a screw right in them and tighten them up. And this is what it's going to look like 4 times, okay? That's how simple they are to install. When you put up these shelves, okay, these are 1x4s. As of right now in 2021, a 2x4 was like $8.50 or something. These are just 1x4 furring strips, and they're only like $3. So for 3 sets of hangers, and by the way, the hangers are $7.95 a set at Rafterpackers.com. And so for 3 sets with 1x4s, you can have 6 shelves. And the other cool part about this is I use the same jig. I come out a foot from the wall, and look where that is, centered. I come out a foot from the wall, and I put my first mark. And then at the end of the board, I put my second one. So now I have these perfectly lined up. I do that 3 times. Look, perfectly lined up. And you know, neatness does count, people. I don't care what you say. You want to walk down your basement and you want it nice and neat. Here's another bonus. If you think they're not strong, this is an 6 or 8 foot Christmas tree. It takes 2 people to put it up there, but you don't need it again until next year. So you get somebody to help you get it down. But look at that, snaps right in there. It isn't going anywhere. Another thing you get to do is, if you have some big squares, look, I can hang lights with it. I mean, they're just so easy to use. They have the eyes in them. As long as you have something to keep you level, you know you're nice and neat. Look how everything's level. That's always because this is my top line, and this goes along the joist. I mean, it's not rocket science, but what really is cool is these are endless. There is no end to what all you can do with these. These work in the garage, they work in the shed, they work underneath your deck. And so if I wanted to make, say I had some screens or some windows I needed to get off the floor because my kids are going to break them if I don't, I can spread these 4 feet, okay? And then, you know, I don't have to go 8 foot now. I can make a 4x4 square and slide the screens right up in there. The other good thing about it is I could drop these down a little bit, okay? I can drop these down. I can pick up, I'm 6'2", so there's 2 feet if I went to 7 foot. So you can almost have, you know, you can have 20 inches. So if you can find a tote that's 14 inches wide and 20 inches high, you can slide them right in here. Here's a cooler, okay? Here's another plastic box. I'm just trying to show you different ideas because you have to use your own imagination. All I did, I made these hangers for this basement. This was a brand new house in 2010. I made them so that I didn't have to nail in a bunch of wood. And you can't really go up in the top of these because there's usually nails sticking down, so you got to be careful. But that doesn't keep you from snapping stuff up in there because you're not touching up there. So again, Rafterpackers.com. All this will be on there. You can watch it as you need to. But for $7.95, get a set of these. And if you get 2 sets, I'd start with 2 sets. And, you know, once you see how good they work, you can, you know, you get as many sets as you need. This out here is strictly for this video. I don't store out here. I only get that little room I showed you earlier. That's my storage room. But I wanted to show you, if you're in your garage and you need them, they'll work. You could take this 1x4 and go and make it 12 feet and just keep on going with it. Plus you don't have joists in your garage, so you could put on there whatever you want. Anything will fit, your totes and all, but you know, not too heavy, guys. You know, you're gonna have to use your own, but they're strong. And like I said, I'm 6'2", plenty of room down here. Now, after the video, this will go into the storeroom in there, and I'll put these back up. But I think, I don't know how much more I can tell you, other than, you know, you can put your taxes up there. You can put any kind of boxes that are taking up floor space. The bottom line with Rafterpackers is you will get back all your floor space by using these shelves that came with your home. You paid for this. You might as well use it. Everybody wants to put a drop ceiling up there. Look, I even left enough room so I can still spray for spiders behind these, because every time I spray, I vacuum up tons of them. So, and every time you cover in your floor, cover these joists, you can't get at all the stuff that you're meant to get to in your home. So these people are the way to store your items. Get your floor space back. It's just that simple. Rafterpackers.com.